Hi everybody and welcome to your strength training session number 1. This session focuses specifically on your core and your lower body. You're going to be doing 3 different supersets, so there's 2 different exercises in each set. You're working at a rep range between 8 to 10 at moderately to heavy weight. Remember, this is our strength focus, so we want to be making sure that we're moving a little bit slower, focusing on our form and technique and making the most of those anabolic gains that you can get during the first phase of your cycle. Right, first up we are going to get ourselves warmed up. You're going to perform 5 repetitions of each of the exercises that are coming up. Give yourself a short break after each round and then repeat the whole cycle 3 times. Okay, warm up super important to make sure that we're mobilising the joints we're going to be using later on and also activating the key muscles for today's workout, which are going to be your abdominals, your glutes, hamstrings and the lower back. Right, now let's get into superset number 1. Your first 2 exercises are goblet squats going into straight leg sit-ups. So the resistance I'm using for this workout is my trusty school bag. I've tried to use stuff that you guys will definitely have at home. If you have access to weights, kettlebells, dumbbells, plates, and of course go ahead and use those, but I know that all of you have a school bag, so this is going to be an easy option for everybody to do. So, goblet squat. You have 2 options on how to hold the bag. Hold it into your chest in both options, either with a hand either side. Okay, you're going to try and keep your elbows out, or depending on the size of the bag, you can give it a hug. Okay, either way, what you're going to do is have your feet shoulder width apart, back nice and straight, and you're going to make sure that you drive out at the knees, come all the way down, and then drive up. You're going to count for 3 reps down. 1, 2, 3, 1 rep up. Okay, keeping your vision straight ahead, chest nice and proud, and making sure those knees stay nice and wide. Okay, I'll just show you the different grip. So you're going to perform 8 to 10 repetitions of these before we then put down that weight and move on to our straight leg sit-ups. Okay, for this I want you to use a resistance band. You can use anything you want for this, t-shirt, t-towel, it doesn't have to specifically be a resistance band. But what I want you to do is take a seat. Okay, toes are pointing upwards, so flex at the ankle, and the aim is to finish your sit-up with your hands above your head, elbows to ears. So as we lower down, hands go above our head when we finish. Fast on the way up, counting for 3 on the way down. Okay, 3 more repetitions here. And the last one. And that is superset number 1. So choose your resistance. You're going to repeat that 3 to 4 times. Remember, 8 to 10 repetitions per exercise. Okay, supersets number 2, we're going to be moving on to a split leg position and looking at working on one side of the body at a time. Exercise number 1 for your lower body is a Bulgarian split squat. So starting off with our right leg on the ground, take a step forward, place your foot on the chair or whatever you're using as and elevation behind you. Okay, give yourself a little hop forward. Okay, hands stay in front, or for extra challenge, you can put your hands above your head. And all you're going to do is lower yourself down, find a 90-degree angle at the knee. Okay, keeping those hips quite low, back nice and straight, proud chest, and then drive up. So we lower down for 3, look for that right angle, and then power up. Okay, with the hands above the head, elbows to ears, come down. Means the core's got to get a little bit more involved in this movement. Nice and controlled on the way down. Vision is straight ahead. Last one on this side. Okay, so you're going to repeat that exercise 8 to 10 times on each side before moving on to your core movement. So we're going to come down onto the ground for this, starting with our body nice and flat on the floor, and all we're going to be doing is finding our opposite hand and opposite ankle, and we're going to bring our hand up, touch the ankle, come down, hands can start above the head, and change sides. Again, 8 to 10 repetitions each side. Hey, this is a great movement not only for your core, but it also helps to develop our hip flexor strength as well. Okay, so same thing, 3 to 4 rounds, 8 to 10 repetitions on each side for this round. So it's going to be 8 to 10 on your left side, 8 to 10 on your right side. Our third and final superset, we're going to be working particularly on our hamstrings, and then looking at not only our core, but also a little bit of upper body for our second exercise. So exercise number 1, we're going to start down on the floor, and we're going to be doing glute bridge walkouts. So key to this is trying to keep our hips high. So we drive our hips up. Hey, you can leave your hands down by the side, or you can rest them on your core, wherever is comfortable. But what we're going to be doing is walking out, still trying to keep our bum off the floor. Straighten our legs if we can, keeping that bum hooked off the floor, and then walk our feet back in. That's 1 repetition. We've got 7 more to go. Once you've finished your 8 to 10 repetitions of walkouts, you're going to flip over and we're going to go into our push-ups. I'm going to show you 3 different variations you can do for your push-up depending on your ability level. Okay, level 1 is a standard push-up. So you're going to start in a plank position. Hands are just wider than your shoulders. You want to pull your shoulder blades back. Okay, and as you come down, chest goes to the floor, and you drive yourself back up. So lower yourself down for 3, push up for 1. Okay, the next level down from there is you are going to go, one leg is on your knee, the other leg is back out. Okay, so exactly the same thing, hips and chest move in one line, lower yourself down, chest goes to the floor, and drive back up. Keeping those elbows tucked. And your third and final level is on the knees. So, super important still, making sure the shoulder blades are backing down, elbows are rotated and tucked in. Okay? Don't cross your ankles, okay? Keep your feet together, and then same thing, lower yourself down and drive up. Keeping the core engaged, belly button tight. So whichever level you choose for your push-up, remember 2 things. Range of movement, you want to make sure that chest comes down to the ground, and hips and chest in one line, okay? If you find that you're arching your back too much, then just drop down and go to a slightly lighter level. Okay, now that you have finished your strength section, we're going to move on to a short 10-minute finisher. We're going to do 2 rounds of Tabatas. Exercise 1 is going to be mountain climbers, and then you're going to jump up, and then you're going to follow that with reverse lunges. 8 rounds, so it's a 4-minute set. You're then going to rest for a minute, and then you're going to follow it with another round of Tabatas. This time you are going to be doing burpees followed by air squats.